Hello there, welcome back. It's time for another video installment. Just gonna adjust the camera there a little bit. I had my second Swiss game in the Vassal World Cup, and it didn't go particularly well. I managed to get tabled, so that wasn't optimal, but it was a surprisingly fun game, and think I learned a bunch, or actually, I relearned some old lessons. So I was playing against Angry Ewok, and I could choose between Most Wanted and Superior Positions and Abandoned Mining Facility. Ewok had like a 13-point bid, so made me go first. Um, Superior Positions, I think, would be okay. Maybe better than Abandoned Mining Facility, but I figured I'd give it a shot. I've played this objective several times, and I know what the second player will do. They will just start by camping behind the cloud, so I figured I'd camp behind the cloud initially as well, grab as many tokens as possible, and then have a good fight from the middle of the game until the end. So I can see the firepower here is from the Intel Officer, Slave Turret, Kitekin, and Sholan. And this can output a surprising amount of firepower and get good consistency on those red dice. And of course, TRC 90s are always dangerous. They're going to swirl around me and sort of make an overlapping field of fire there, which you should never fly into. We'll see that that's exactly what I ended up doing, despite knowing I used to play a lot of Akbar before, and the absolutely worst thing you can do when playing Akbar is send one and one ship into this kill zone. So I proceeded to do exactly that. Why, I will never know, but it felt like a good idea at the time. So we set up, and I debated if I should start with my dust field offset a little bit and then come around, and I figured that would be better. I could have set up opposite to minimize the distance I needed to travel. I think in hindsight that would maybe have been better, but I did start that way. And I started a little bit forward to cut down some of the distance. So, and here I let the Ewok pick out obstacles, and I didn't really think about it. So we should have been playing with debris fields, not asteroids. But to be honest, it didn't matter one bit. So uh, just pretend that we are noobs and we don't know what we're doing. Those three asteroids should be those two debris fields. Okay, so setup is not very interesting actually. So, and you can see that Ewok has played this before, so all these five they will manage to farm tokens, and from their speed you can see they will be going forward. So these two will then stop behind the field and get in a good couple of farms at the end of the game. So that's 40 extra points near the end of the game. And as Old Frigate is also going to sort of turn around here and probably get some tokens to farm the field. So, but I'm also set to gain quite a few tokens, and my idea here is to just slow roll these guys behind there. Use the honor also pick up some tokens while I'm moving into attack position, and the ISD will actually move forward and turn and swing by the station. And this is where it starts to go south. I'm not rushing because I feel I need the tokens. The tokens are more like a bonus. But I'm going to try some new shit here, and that's leading with the ISD and shooting through it with the Onager to sort of focus fire. But of course, that plays right into Akbar's hands, since then my ISD will be on point. So we can focus on that one and then take out the Onager. So if I had started more conventionally, I would have pulled back the ISD actually, and then swept forward while turning like this, and the onagger would have followed more or less on the same speed so that they can support each other and adjust speed as needed. But instead, I slow roll with this part, but the ISD is closest to the enemy and going forward. And for some reason, I think that is a great idea. But enough talking. Um, we can look at the table like this. So I'm just going to, I can put up the dice window too if you want to see it, but I'm not going to go into too much detail there. So commands are set, lots of engineering. So we start by going this way, and I start by overlapping some squadrons, but that's okay because I am forced to keep my squadrons back anyway because I can't afford to strike forward against this many scatter squadrons. And here you can already see this is going very badly. Even if I slow down now, I am going to get shot at a lot too early. So it moves forward and does a little bit damage. So that was turn one and round 1 and 2. Nothing major happened. Um, so then we start on 3, and this was almost a bump, and that would have been even more catastrophic, I think. So I start by not rolling super well. I get shot a bunch, shields go away. I do the inside turn by bumping. I felt that I kind of had to. I'm not sure I actually did. Uh, I could probably have moved the ISD, but I was thinking, I don't know. So Hera is a little bit exposed here. So I kill her, and that's the part I'm the most pleased with. Mittel is hanging a bit back there because it doesn't want to get swamped. We can maybe step back a little bit here. So here I have a navigate on the ISD, and I don't know. I did actually consider doing something like this, and I could have gone to 3, 1, 2, 3, and I don't know. I would have taken a beating, but I could then have run away, and the ISD would have lived. But that felt very, very not the right thing to do. I am in it to play and try to do as well as possible, not to sort of run away. Oh my god. I think that undoing stuff that that did wonky things to my yeah, okay, there it recovered. Sorry about that. I was just going to show you, but this is where the ISD ends up in turn 4. So it's basically just a dead man walking. Sending Marek forward here was also a sort of a minor mistake because the ISD is going to die anyway, so I should have just kept him back here. So ISD dies. It gets off some good shots, but you can see the onagger is way too far away. And from here on in, I try my very best, but it's very hard to take out that assault frigate. And he gets all the accuracies and gets some generally very decent rolls. So I did actually expect the Onager to make it through round 6, but instead it managed to take it out, unfortunately. And we called it there, but I killed Tycho and he gets some more tokens. So the end score is 520 to 142. So I don't know. I don't often get tabled, but I think it was well deserved here. It was well played by Ewok, and of course I played right into Ewok's hands. I did exactly the opposite of what I should be doing, and when my when I realized the error of my ways, I hit my character flaw. I can't really run away when I should be running away. So I tried to maximize my kills. I tried to take out the assault frigate, and I figured I had a decent shot at that. I think I overestimated my chances a little bit. And well, the reason I figured I wouldn't go for the corvettes with the onlogger is because if I manage to damage a corvette, it's very unlikely to kill it in one shot. If I damage it with red dice, then it will just disengage and get out of my front and just circle to safety. So I figured the assault frigate was my only choice. I don't know, maybe if I had held Marek back and used him better, tried to maybe get in some bombing there. I could have maybe killed off Tycho earlier and maybe managed to sort of get a Marek strike or two on the assault frigate. Maybe that would have overloaded its tokens and let me kill it. I still would have lost, I don't know, 9-2 or something, but I also hoped that Onager wouldn't die. So if I had managed to get my ship together, the plan was to take out the assault frigate, get some points for there, and for the Onager to live. I still would have lost, but not nearly as badly. So you can say if this was poker, I had a relatively weak hand, managed to convince myself that I could do it. I went all in, and my opponent had a full house or something. So complete tabling. But yeah, it's fun. I'm pretty pleased with the number of tokens I've got. 8 to 12. That's around what I was aiming for. But it's just that the actual fight didn't turn out exactly as I hoped. But it was I don't like losing as such. It's more fun when I win. I always say that, but some games are more fun anyway, and this was definitely that kind of more fun game. Lots of dice rolling, maneuvering, squadrons shooting at each other. I made some big mistake. Ewok made only tiny mistakes and had a better plan than me. So Ewok is definitely the worthy winner of this matchup. So now I am up to 8 plus 9 tournament points. So suddenly I'm bottom feeding. So expect me to skyrocket in the next round. I can go 10-1 twice. Then I can end at 29 points and redeem myself. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I think I will try to do better than 110 in my next game. Yeah, well, before I end this, Onagers, I still think the Onager is a solid ship. It's a bit squishy because it's such a large base and it doesn't contribute a lot of firepower, but it is outside the ignition arc, but it is a huge threat and offers a great deal of board control. So I still think it's good, but the changes to evade it really limits the effectiveness of the super weapon, especially against ships with the weight. Even assault frigate, which is a medium ship, has a great deal of evasive capabilities against the super weapon. So I think the Cataclysm Hondo setup, it's very interesting because it offers a lot of board control and it can support your other ships. But I think my the Onager is game-breakingly boring or overpowered and so forth. I don't think that's the case anymore. There are definitely going to be matchup where it is way more valuable than in this game. But at the same time, there are so many matchups now that I think it's kind of been balanced out by changes in the meta. You don't automatically take this Onager as Empire anymore because there are so many counters to it that it's not as strong as it used to be. And just by maybe reducing the number of Onager because of this, then you open up new possibilities for other builds, both on the Empire side and other mice. So still good, but I don't think it's a problem, the Onager anymore. So thanks for watching, and I won't promise to do better next time, but I will certainly hope I'll do better next time. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.